Welcome to The Advocate, where we dive deep into educational issues that matter. I'm Amira, and today we're joined by my co-host Jamal to discuss some intriguing statistics about the U.S. educational system.
Thanks, Amira. Today's topic is certainly an eye-opener. We'll be exploring 3 unusual and somewhat contradictory statistics about American education. These figures might challenge some of our preconceptions about the state of education in the U.S.
That's right, Jamal. Let's start with our first statistic. According to a recent Gallup poll, 48% of Americans say they are somewhat or completely satisfied with the public K-12 system in the U.S. What's more interesting is that this satisfaction rate jumps to 57% for parents who currently have children in the public school system.
That's fascinating, Amira. It seems there's quite an optimism gap between those directly involved with schools and the general public. What do you think might be causing this discrepancy?
Well, Jamal, it could be that parents who interact with schools regularly have a more nuanced view of the system's strengths and challenges. They might be less influenced by broader narratives in the media and more by their children's day-to-day experiences.
That makes sense. It's a reminder that personal experience often trumps general perceptions. Now, let's move on to our second statistic, which might seem positive at first glance. The U.S. Education Department reports that the high school graduation rate is at an all-time high of 80%.
That does sound impressive, Jamal. 4 out of 5 students graduating within 4 years seems like cause for celebration. But I sense there's more to this story.
You're right, Amira. Here's where it gets concerning. According to the National Assessment of Educational Progress, NAEP, fewer than 40% of these graduating seniors have mastered reading and math at a level that adequately prepares them for college and real-world challenges.
That's quite a disparity. It raises questions about grade inflation and the practice of social promotion, advancing students to the next grade level regardless of their academic readiness. What are the implications of this, do you think?
Well, it suggests that while we're getting more students to graduation, we may not be ensuring they have the skills they need for success beyond high school. This could lead to struggles in higher education and in the workforce.
Absolutely. It's a reminder that quantity doesn't always equal quality when it comes to education metrics. Now, let's move on to our third and final statistic, which relates to educational spending.
Ah, yes, this one's particularly perplexing. Despite the U.S. spending trillions of dollars on education, the latest NAEP results show no improvement in math and reading performance among high school seniors since 2009.
That's quite shocking, Jamal. One would expect that with such significant investment, we'd see corresponding improvements in academic performance. What do you think might explain this disconnect?
There are likely multiple factors at play, Amira. One theory is that we've become too focused on teaching to the test, prioritizing performance on standardized assessments over deeper learning and skill development.
That's an interesting point. It reminds me of the ongoing debate about the value of standardized testing versus more holistic approaches to education. Do you think there might be other factors contributing to this lack of improvement despite increased spending?
Certainly, we might need to consider issues like resource allocation, teacher training and support, curriculum design, and addressing socioeconomic factors that impact student performance. It's a complex issue that defies simple solutions.
You're right, Jamal. These statistics really highlight the multifaceted nature of education reform. They show that progress in one area doesn't necessarily translate to improvement across the board.
Absolutely, Amira. It's clear that we need to look beyond surface-level metrics and dig deeper into the quality and effectiveness of our educational practices. As we wrap up, what do you think are the key takeaways for our listeners?
I think the main message is that education is complex, and we need to be cautious about oversimplifying our measures of success. High graduation rates or increased spending don't automatically equate to better educational outcomes. We need to focus on ensuring that students are truly prepared for their futures, not just on hitting numerical targets.
Well said, Amira. These statistics certainly give us a lot to think about. They underscore the need for continued research, innovation, and critical thinking in how we approach education policy and practice in the United States.
Thanks for this insightful discussion, Jamal. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in to The Advocate. We hope this exploration of these unusual education statistics has given you some food for thought. Until next time, keep questioning, keep learning, and keep advocating for better education for all.